you name it. By July 2017, there were over 150 members in the alliance, including recent additions MasterCard, Cisco Systems, Bank, and Scotiabank. Idea is to understand the growing adoption in the world. EEA is the permissioned version of Ethereum. Since the initial launch, Ethereum has undergone several planned protocol upgrades, which are important changes affecting the underlying functionality or incentive structures of the platform. Protocol upgrades are accomplished by meaning of hard fork. Ethereum, born out of Bitcoin, is a hard fork of Bitcoin. When we talk about Ethereum, we hear something known as difficulty bomb and the Ice Age and the DAO event. The Ethereum difficulty bomb refers to a mechanism where the difficulty of blockchain mining began increasing in November 2016 from block 200,000 onwards. The onset of the difficulty bomb is referred to as Ethereum's Ice Age. The Ice Age was implemented in order to serve as an incentive for the Ethereum network to transition to the proof of stake blockchain once ready from the proof of work blockchain. And that is how the Ethereum 2.0 initiative was born. Inspired by the decentralization of cryptocurrencies, a group of developers came up with the idea for a decentralized autonomous organization, or the DAO, in 2016. The DAO was an organization that was designed to be automated and decentralized. It acted as a form of venture capital fund based on the open source code and without a typical management structure or board of directors. To be fully decentralized, the DAO was unaffiliated with any particular nation state, though it made use of Ethereum network. Why make an organization like the DAO? The developers of the DAO believed they could eliminate human error or manipulation of investor funds by placing decision-making power into the hands of an automated system and a crowd-sourced process. Fueled by Ether, the DAO was designed to allow investors to send money from anywhere in the world anonymously. The DAO would then provide those owners tokens, allowing them voting rights on possible projects. The DAO launched in late April 2016 thanks to a month-long crowd sale of tokens that raised more than $150 million in funds. At the time, the launch was the biggest crowdfunding fundraising campaign of all time. Due to some programming errors and attack vectors, hackers attacked the DAO, accessing 3.6 million ethers worth $50 million. The event sparked a debate in the crypto community about whether Ethereum should perform a contentious hard fork to reappropriate the affected funds. As a result of the dispute, the network split in two. Ethereum, what we are now studying, continued on the new forked blockchain, while Ethereum Classic continued on the original blockchain. Architecture of Ethereum blockchain. Now here is the architecture of Ethereum blockchain. What is a node or a client? A node is a device or a program that communicates with the Ethereum network. Nodes are also known as clients. Software that can act as an Ethereum node include Parity, Go Ethereum, etc. Block. A block is a package of data that has 0 or more transactions, the hash of the previous block, and optionally other data. Miners. They will add the block to the blockchain. Miners are simply nodes in the Ethereum network who find new block, confirm transactions, and commit new transactions in a block. Proof of work. POW is an activity that miners undertake to write transactions to a new block. It refers to the mathematical value that can act as the proof of having solved a resource and time-consuming computational problem such as finding nonce in Ethereum. Ethereum Virtual Machine. EVM is the decentralized computing platform which forms the core of the Ethereum platform. Think of EVM as the execution runtime for Ethereum network or an execution component in Ethereum. The purpose of EVM is to execute the code in smart contract line by line. However, when a transaction is submitted, the transaction is not executed immediately. Instead, it is pulled in a transaction pool. Smart contract. It is a persistent piece of code on the Ethereum blockchain that has a set of data and executable functions. These functions execute when Ethereum transactions are made to them with a certain input parameters. Based on the input parameters, the functions will execute and interact with data within and outside of the contract. Ether. Ether is the name of the currency used within Ethereum network. Miners are rewarded with ethers for providing computing power for finding a new block and confirming new transaction of smart contracts. Ether is used to pay for computations within the EVM. Gas refers to the pricing value required to successfully perform a transaction or execute a smart contract on the Ethereum blockchain platform. It is also the name for crypto fuel that is consumed when code is executed by the EVM. The gas is paid as execution fee for every operation made on an Ethereum blockchain. Gas limit. The gas limit represents the maximum amount of gas you are willing to pay for a smart contract transaction execution. Mining pool. They are simply groups of miners that work together to mine blocks of Ethereum network. And a miner node. A miner is responsible for writing transactions to an Ethereum chain. A miner job is very similar to that of an accountant. As an accountant is responsible for writing and maintain the ledger, similarly, a miner is solely responsible for writing transactions to Ethereum ledger. Miners get two types of rewards for their work, which are reward for writing a block to the chain and cumulative gas fees from all transactions in the block. There are generally many miners available within a blockchain network, each trying and competing to write transactions. However, only one miner can write the block to the ledger and rest will not be able to write the current block, and determination of the miner who will write the block happens via POW consensus mechanism. Every mining node maintains its own instance of Ethereum ledger and the ledger is same ultimately across all the miners. It is job of miners to ensure that their ledger is updated with latest blocks. There are three important functions performed by miners or mining nodes. 1. Mine or create a new block with transaction and write the same to Ethereum ledger. 2. Advertise and send a newly mined block to the other miners. And third, to accept new blocks mined by other miners and keep its own ledger instant up to date. Mining nodes refer the nodes that belong to miners. These nodes are part of the same network where EVM is hosted. At some point of time, the miners would create a new block, collect all transactions from the transaction pool and adds them to the newly created block. Finally, this block is added to the chain. Mainnet. A mainnet is a main Ethereum blockchain network.